Learning more about what led police to shoot a man during a traffic stop near Churchill Downs. This comes as he's expected to make his first appearance in court in just a matter of hours. Jim Stratman joins us here in the studio this morning to help us break this down. Jim, good morning.
Good morning, Eric. Yes, we got some of the arrest citations from overnight, and so we have a lot of new details, as it were, into the arrest of Marvin Smith. Police say that they were actually looking for a wanted violent suspect when they saw Marvin Smith acting suspicious in the parking lot of the BP gas station along Berry Boulevard. Now, that gas station is just about 2 miles away from where that shooting actually happened, which is 4th and Central near Churchill Downs. Police say that they saw Smith at that BP with a handgun and tying off clear plastic baggies before getting into the passenger seat of a car and driving away. Police followed and conducted a traffic stop, and that's when Smith got out of the vehicle and ran from police. Sergeant Joshua Arwine was one of the officers that chased him. That arrest citation says that during the pursuit, Smith pointed his gun at police. It also says you could hear Arwine calling on his body-worn camera at least 15 times for Smith to drop the gun before he ultimately shot Smith near Wagner's Pharmacy on 4th Street. That night, LMPD Chief Jacqueline Gwynn Villarroel told us that she was glad nobody else was hurt and commended the officers for how they responded.
Once again, we are fortunate that no other community members were hurt and none of the officers were injured during this incident. LMPD will remain vigilant in fighting violent crime. We will continue to be proactive in our manner of policing in the city of Louisville in a constitutional manner.
Smith is facing a number of charges, including wanton endangerment of a police officer, fleeing and evading, as well as trafficking in controlled substances. Police say that Smith had meth, cocaine, marijuana, and fentanyl on him at the time of that arrest. He is expected in court this morning for an arraignment that is set to start at 9 a.m. Eric?
All right, Jim, thank you. Today, the defense is expected to call its first witness in the Bryce Rhodes murder trial. He's accused of killing 3 people back in 2016, 2 of whom were teenagers. One of the people also charged in the case is Anwan Carter. Friday in court, he testified that the back seat of Rhodes' car had the blood of the victims on it, so it was taken out and hidden. The defense argued LMPD officers mishandled evidence in that case, including that back seat.
You remembered going to the dumpster, and in that dumpster, do you remember recovering the seat there?
That's what I state to the person I'm interviewing. But I do not recall that, but I'm reading the transcript.
You had told the grand jury that you had a back seat. Mm-hmm. You told this court, I'm going to bring the back seat up to the courtroom, Judge.
Prosecutors say Rhodes killed 14-year-old Larry Ordway and 16-year-old Maurice Gordon after they saw him shoot and kill 40-year-old Christopher Jones. Court is expected to resume at 12:30 this afternoon. Officials anticipate the defense will wrap its case by Friday. Indiana State Police now say alcohol does appear to be a factor in Saturday night's deadly crash in Corydon. Police say a trooper saw a Suburban run a stop sign at State Road and Water Street. The trooper tried to make a traffic stop, but the woman behind the wheel kept going before hitting a tree. ISP says that woman was ejected from the SUV and died at the scene. This morning, an Oldham County family is using their grief to create some good in the community. They told Connor Steffen and photojournalist Aspen Hester 1 year after the death of 17-year-old Aiden Alman, they're reflecting and keeping his memory alive.
I mean, there's times I close my eyes and I can see him clear as day.
The crisp winter air.
I would not have thought my kid would have been the kid that did not get the justice that he deserved.
Is a chilling reminder for this Oldham County family of loss.
His smile and his goofiness and just loving life.
You know, the funny kid, the jokester, but he had a great heart.
Oldham County High Schooler Aiden Altman was only 17 when family says he and a friend crashed on I-71 in LaGrange in December of 2022. A white box truck hit him, taking his life. The driver of that truck then drove off. To this day, the family doesn't have any answers as to who killed Aiden.
I'm still sitting where I was sitting a year ago.
We caught up on Zoom during their family vacation in Florida.
I know this is the first family vacation since Aiden's passing. How's it going?
We're down where we always go. Nowadays, he leaves us feathers everywhere we go, constantly. If we're there, he's dropping a feather somewhere.
His mother, Melissa Thornsberry.
It's pretty awesome. I do miss him on the trip, though.
The family is now trying to turn that grief into good. Aiden's uncle, Trevor Gerald, says he was looking at enrolling in Jefferson County Technical College's welding program.
I want to make a difference in other people's lives, other young adults.
They've now set up a scholarship in his name, the Aiden Finley Altman Welding Dream Scholarship, to fund tuition costs for several JCTC students. It's a bittersweet feeling. Still waiting for answers in Aiden's death. They hope talking about it may jog someone's memory from that night, so they can then take that information to Oldham County Police. Connor Steffen, WHAS11, on your side.
The family says it's raised more than $10,000 for the scholarships. If you'd like to donate, we've got a link in this story on our website, WHAS11.com. Just click on the Good Morning Kentuckiana tab on the homepage. The Sherman Mitten Renewal Project expects regular traffic patterns to return by spring. The team says material and labor shortages have slowed progress for the past 2 years. Crews expect 3 lanes of traffic will be open in each direction by late spring of 2024. Additional work will carry over into late summer, but the team says it'll have little impact on traffic. But let's talk about the impact that's going on right now. Sam, coming over to you because there are lane closures in place right now.
The good old Sherman Mitten Bridge, Eric. Yeah, eastbound lane still closed off this morning, extending into Wednesday morning of this week. So it is going to be impacting this morning's commute, those of you that live in southern Indiana and trek into Louisville. In a few minutes, I'm going to dive more into our current traffic tracker and our drive times as well in Kentuckiana.